For all I know, I'd be the one that makes them. It's just like, yeah.
I don't know if that's really blacksmithing so much as sewing.
It's armor, so...
Well, you're sewing in the metal.
Okay, so...
Anyway, regardless.
You head to the city gate. Alright, when you arrive, the guards who are stationed at the gate sort of wave you down. So you guys are with the task force?
Yep.
Alright, so we've pulled the wagon aside. The man in charge is named Hans Haver.
No, it's local. Do I know that name?
I'm trying to make a joke off that one. I just don't think I can.
No, I don't.
Hans.
Nat 1.
Nat 20. I know all about Hans.
Okay, you know Hans by reputation because he is occasionally...
Does he deal in books?
He occasionally procures goods for wizards. It's one of the things he does.
That's his kind of specialty?
Yeah, it's one of his many things that he does. It's sort of a general goodsman.
I know all about Hans Haver.
All right,
He sells books.
All right, so Hans is sort of leaning by his wagon. He's one of the wildermen.
I go, hello.
It's like, oh, hey.
Do you have any books?
Not today. Sorry, Glimmer.
That's the professor to you.
Sorry, Professor.
I get really dark and scary for a second there.
Should I roll diplomacy to ask Hans about the relic beef?
Yeah, you can ask him about it.
Oi.
So, Hans, what do you know of a particular product called, let's see, what did my friend call it? Relic beef?
I feel like that's going to be a thing too. We're just going to ignore you.
A legitimate businessman.
Who sells books?
I'm trying to remember.
But all serious now.
One second. I'm trying to remember some of my favorite community.
I'm gonna start
bonuses.
perusing over his cart.
Yeah, I wanna look through his stuff too.
All right. Roll search. Or roll perception.
Oh, wonderful. Oh, a 12.
I almost got a 12.
What did you get?
A 13.
No,
You guys-
social
well, you-
perception, stealth, survival. Okay.
All right, so you are in your favorite community, by the way.
Yeah, I thought I also had a plus
You
on
can
diplomacies.
you can use knowledge local instead of diplomacy.
Okay. Hans, you know.
I'm those guys who buys it. You can tell me.
I know you know.
I
You
want
know,
a sample.
I'm not here. I know you are no big fish. I am not going to arrest you if you happen to know something.
Okay, so roll your diplomacy.
Oh, was that
actually
high?
rolled good.
Yeah, because I was like, because if it rolled low, you kind of just insulted him by telling me he's not a big fish.
Well,
but it worked.
yeah. So I believe plus. Yeah. So 4 plus 2. 17. That took way too long for me to.
I thought it was a 17 on the die.
No, it's 11.
Oh, okay.
So it's like, I know that you and I have a working relationship, but honestly, this is really just not something which is, I've been involved in. I've heard of it, but that's about it.
Would
I
you?
want to go back to the guard. Why do we suspect him of smuggling?
He's just been seen in the company of some people that we consider to be fairly fishy.
Alright, so here's what I do. I go to the cart. I look underneath the cart. Do I see anything that looks normal?
Looks like a normal cart.
Alright,
I
use
tear
my
it
battery.
apart. Okay. Well.
Oh, are we breaking stuff now?
Hypothetically, would you happen to know
laser beam.
who?
All right, so hang on. Aaron, are you so D12? Are you bashing this cart?
No, I'm not bashing it. I'm knocking on it gingerly.
To see if it's like hollow? Is
Yeah.
that what okay.
Roll
Are there
straight.
any like shelves or anything in here?
Yeah. There's there's lots of shelves, boxes, that sort of thing.
I want to peruse his wares.
All right.
I'm actually kind of surprised I don't have
So-
sense motive.
He looks over at you. You see Hans look worriedly at Ken.
Oh, trust me, he knows his strength.
I hope so.
Oh!
So you're going to peruse his wares?
Yeah.
All right.
You said he has like magic stuff. I want to look at what he has.
Well, he doesn't
see if
really
there's-
have. He doesn't have anything. He doesn't deal specifically in magical stuff. Right now, he's mainly got like He's got some bags of flour. He's got...
I want to search the bags of flour.
Okay. Search bags of flour.
Yeah.
Are you going to roll?
Oh.
Roll perception.
2.
You don't find anything.
Well, no, I dump them out, man.
You find flour.
There's just... Can I take some of the flour? Can I replace it with my own flour? Because I have 5 pounds of flour.
Anyway,
if you like. So, alright, so let's deal with Glimmer. Alright, so he also has some jars labeled preserved honey. They're sealed.
Does it look like there's... Can I see through, like, the bottom?
And it's like it's a masonry jar.
Can I just take 10 on my search through the flour?
You can.
Okay, I want to do that because this is silly. I should know better than a 2 on what if there's anything in the flour.
So there's nothing in the flour.
Alright, I put it back in the bags.
Alright.
But I put it like really shittily job doing it. Like it's all over the place.
Okay.
And I tie it up nicely and I put it
Is
down.
that a cobblestone in my flour?
No. I don't know what you're talking about. And there's no, like, just honey in there?
Well, it's a sealed jar. You'd have to open it to look.
So it's like a clay jar.
Yeah, it's like a clay jar.
I don't want to really break it. Honey's expensive. I don't want to buy it either.
Yeah, plus you would have to... If you did break it, you probably have to pay for it.
That's what I'm saying. It's expensive.
So, I understand. You know... You don't...
I'm going to steal it.
You don't partake in selling.
Okay.
Selling.
You steal a jar of honey.
But...
Jar
Would you
of
have...
Hans is honey.
I'm trying to remember. I'm trying to figure out how to phrase this right. Huh?
I'm taking a sample. I have to analyze this at the lab. That's
Anyway,
honestly why I'm taking it.
would you happen to have a tip as to who would know more?
Alright, make another diplomacy check.
Okay. Not 20.
Nat 20. He's like...
I've heard this one guy might have something to do with it.
So, I've heard that there is a guy in the warehouse district. You know, that kind of warehouse with that one neighborhood where it kind of gives you directions.
Mm-hmm.
I've heard that there's a guy there who likes to buy the stuff.
Oh, really? Do you happen to have a name?
He goes by Shale.
Shell.
I wonder if he's
Dwarf?
CSI glasses. Flaky.
I don't know. Never met the guy.
Really? So you only know of him?
I've only heard the name bandied around at like the big Caravaner events.
Imagine like some hoedowns.
Like, yeehaw!
Yeah.
Get one of those jars, we blow it up.
Farmer's market.
Yep. I've heard his name thrown around the bazaar a little bit. That's about all.
Alright. Well, thank you, Hans.
No problem. So, can I get on with my
You're
business?
paying him, right? You're gonna slip him a gold piece or something.
2 gold pieces.
Okay.
Thank you.
You gotta keep your informants
Happy.
Oh,
happy.
so nothing unusual happens when the cart is knocked?
Nope.
Is there anything other than flour and honey in the cart?
He's got like some basic sewing supplies. He's got like some bolts of fabric.
Can I like unroll one of those?
Yeah,
Is
sure.
there anything in it?
Doesn't appear to be. Looks to be just normal bolt of cotton.
Okay. I'm gonna roll it back
Well,
up then.
Alright, I'm gonna crawl under the cart and check the rest of it.
As
All right.
As
You
soon as I'm done,
don't find anything significant down there.
may me be sweet.
Can I?
You too, my friend.
Okay. No, I got this. Can I use knowledge engineering to search for secret compartments?
You can.
Sweet. You don't need any skill but the knowledges. That one.
You are unfamiliar with this design of cart.
I've never seen a wheel with 7 spokes. It's
I'm-
just so strange.
I'm gonna give a general perception on the car. I'm not gonna get too
Why
up close
7?
to it.
Okay.
Why 7? Like, that's an odd
15.
number.
You don't notice anything significant.
Okay.
That's just a really strange number to be spokes.
So as you're standing there, thinking about the spokes, Hans is kind of driven off.
Hans, he just drove off while I was sitting there looking at it.
Oh, he's just sort
I
of.
was just so lost in thought.
Yeah, you're so lost
He
in
just
thought.
drove away. I'm like,
Yep.
"What?" And I turned. I go, Hans, why? What? Where? Hans? Oh, well, can't give him back the honey now.
Alright, so what do you guys do?
Okay, well...
Oh, we can either try to bust this guy.
Or I try rolling several knowledge locals to try and figure out who this shale is.
Well, that's what I mean. We can either go bust this guy, or we can go back and test this. I want to open the honey.
Alright, you open the honey. Make a fort save.
Oh.
Yay!
Oh dear.
I love it! I'm so happy! I go,
Do you have
ooh!
a first aid kit ready?
7!
7! Alright, you are nauseated by just the weird sort of... it's not exactly putrid, but it's this sort of...
Cloying.
strange smell coming out of there. It's very noxious.
I'll have to doctor...
Stop, Hans!
Hans is already driven off.
I turn to the guards. When you find him, stop him, confiscate all of his honey,
I'm going to have to dock...
Sir.
and arrest him.
Sir.
I'm going to have to dock his tip next time.
I reclose it.
I'm like
the
laying
smell
down on the ground.
is
That's the funny
past.
part,
You're not
so-
consistent.
I know.
I
You're
was just
gonna
laying
reclose
there.
it?
Cart drove off.
Hmm?
And I go, I need to go analyze this.
Alright.
Would you rather we come with you, or... What? Or should I just...
I don't think splitting the party is a good idea. I feel the body will probably be there by now for the other case.
Good.
And we can't do anything till Hans is picked up.
Well, I could probably
And
do
I
my
mean,
knowledge local checks at the
we're-
precinct.
Well, no,
Yeah.
you have to, like, go to the area and...
No, like, there are files on people, so I can see if this
Oh,
guy
you-
has
you
a
got it
criminal
right, I
That's
got
record.
true. There would be files.
I want the word gets spread out to
Yeah.
all the guards
Yeah, they're
that
gonna-
Hans is to be taken.
Are they going to put out an APB on him?
So we have to wait till that happens. We
Okay.
got files to look at, and there might be a body for you to examine.
Yeah.
So let's go back to the tower.
Alright. So you arrive at the tower. You find down in the morgue, you find the inspector is preparing the body. He's got it for you. His name was Inspector Montresor.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, yeah.
Monster
Monstersaurus.
Don't drain our blood just yet.
Monstrosaur.
It's like, good day, sir.
Boy, as he comes out of the
Lieutenant Montresor.
cabinet.
What? No tampering with the body.
Boy.
So,
I was having my daily
Oh,
drink. A
man.
Bloody Mary.
what do we have?
He's actually a vegetarian. That'd be great.
I have not looked too closely at the body, sir. However, I can say that it has multiple deep gash wounds and appears to be charred from the distinctive bouquet.
Alright, so I'm going to use my profession. Wait, does my profession boost my heal check, or does heal boost my profession check?
I'd say it's probably just a heal check.
I'm going to say it's just a heal check.
Right. So does my profession doctor or MD boost my heal?
I would say take the higher.
They're the same. Different.
Then you should have taken less points in doctor and more points in heal. That's what I'm thinking. Are there
Dealer's
3 in
choice.
both?
They're 3 and both.
Oh, well then, yeah, just dealer's choice. I would do heal.
Alright, and then I can use my profession if I screw it up.
Yep.
Exactly.
Wait, can I want to be assistant, because I can use a knowledge nature to assist.
Yep.
Alright, I got like a 21 on nature. I got a 20, so like add 2 to whatever you roll or something. I'm assisting you.
23.
All right, 23. You see that the body has, well, first off, you're going to notice that there is a fairly large wound in the chest that actually appears to have been peeled open. You check inside, you notice that a lot of the major organs you would find in the chest, that's lungs, that sort of thing, have been pretty badly ripped apart, but you can't find any remains of the heart.
Knowledge arcane. 21. Is this some kind of ritual I've heard of?
This isn't a particular ritual you've heard of.
Is there any kind of magical beast that would cause these wounds?
Well, so let me finish describing the wounds.
Okay.
All right. So the wounds appear to be they appear to be inflicted by a creature which had 5 claws. there are also burns along with the gouge marks. So
Extensive burns or just a little bit of burns?
wherever you see claw marks, you see charring.
So fire claws.
Possibly.
Fire claws and heart eating. With those two, does my knowledge arcana of 21...
Looks like there may have been a demon or devil involved.
You cannot think of any specific thing which would fire claw someone and then specifically eat their heart.
How about knowledge planes?
Knowledge planes.
I cannot roll above an 11. I swear.
You're rolling on the mount.
Yeah, that would change it. Anyway, the 7 plus 9.
Okay.
18.
So, demons or, well, mostly demons, some daemons, are into organ eating to increase their power.
Okay.
What's up?
Are there any, like, glyphs or anything marked into him in these cuts if I examine the body closely?
You cannot find any signs or symbols carved into the body or
Okay.
along with the claws.
Alright. Anything else you want to do with the body?
Alright, so I'm looking for any specific defensive wounds, like did he see his attacker coming, or was it a surprise?
So, based on the wounds, it seems like the major ones which got him were in the back.
Alright, so it was a surprise attack.
And it all looks like claw marks?
Yeah, so along the back you see a couple of really big, like, puncture wounds.
Where they just stab the claws right in?
Yeah. Then it seems to have... There are some defensive wounds on the arms, because it seems to have, like, got him in the back, thrown him onto the ground. He was sort of trying to protect himself, and then it ripped, and then it really ripped into him then.
Alright, I would... Is there anything else with the body?
So he didn't kill him instantly. He
Savaged him.
was brutally mauled. The claws
And
had
eaten
some
alive.
type of fire enchantment.
Well, in your examination, you notice that very little of them appears to have been eaten.
So the heart is gone.
Yeah, the heart was...
And that's it.
Removed.
The heart was gone. Pretty much all of the meat of the
Does
body.
it look
itself.
like a surgical cut? Like they took the heart out?
Or
does it look like
straight
they
up
ripped
Kali
it?
It
Ma.
looks like it was ripped out.
So
Kali Ma.
Kali Ma'd it. Okay.
Yeah, they call him out of this guy.
This is a Temple of Doom victim right here. Alright.
Meanwhile, I'm searching files for...
Well, let's make sure we're done with the body before
Okay.
we move on. Because I need to do the honey, but is there anything else with the body we want to do?
I don't think there's anything left to do. I look to the dampier.
It's like, shall I make him presentable for his next of kin?
Of course. You're a mortician as well?
Yes!
Great. I know how to do the makeup for the dead. I do it every morning. Perfect.
Yes.
Goths are people too, Daniel.
Those are the only organ that was missing was the heart.
Yes, the
everything
only
else
organ.
was just.
And of course,
organ
we're
slashed.
we're filing all this information.
Yeah.
Right? We're
Yeah,
writing
you're
this
filling
down.
out your documentation.
Okay. I would like to do an arcane on an arcana on the honey.
Okay,
I would like to re-roll that.
go ahead.
That will be a 20.
All right. So, first off, you open it. You realize it isn't honey. It's some sort of strong acid or base. You reach in there with some tongs. You pull out a fairly thinly sliced piece of meat. It's sort of grayish in color, but you notice as you turn it in the light, it sort of does that cool color shifting things that really cool painted cars sort of do.
Excuse
So
me
it's
while...
like oily. It's got like an oil sheen.
Yeah, it's got sort of a weird oily sheen to it.
Okay.
Excuse me while I go shopping my falcon.
Okay. I would like
So we're
to
going to deal with
do
your files in a minute.
knowledge. What's is there some kind of experiment I could do on it to try to find what creature it came from?
Yeah, your knowledge. You could narrow it down based on your knowledges.
Okay. Well then I'll start with arcane
Okay.
for magical. Nat 1.
Now,
All right.
All right. So
I
you're
don't
not
think it's a
sure.
magical beast. Let's do planes. I'm just rolling complete and utter crap.
Like, I think that's 18. The thing with all my characters, like, above anything, their biggest drawback
18.
is
Alright, so
betrayers.
In order to actually keep the meat of an outsider here, it would have to be preserved in a certain type of potion which can actually do that, which this wasn't.
Okay, so this is not outsider.
Yeah, this cannot be outsider because you would need to take preparations to keep it like from dissolving or going back to its plan.
Let's do nature just to make sure it's not a natural thing. I don't think it is, but that's a 17.
17. Okay, so you can tell that whatever this stuff is, it isn't fresh, and any sort of product from a normal animal would not last as long as this stuff seems to have lasted.
Alright, I'm going to give both the substance and the liquid to the Dampier for further analysis.
I'm going to do a heal check on the meat.
Okay.
I want to see how long it's been disconnected from its original
All right.
host.
Can I do a knowledge to support him?
Sure.
Nat 20.
All right, I'm giving you a +5 to this.
I'm getting it's either 11, 8, or nat 20.
29.
29.
Ridiculous.
This thing is old. This thing is
ancient.
20, 30 years old at the very least.
Interesting.
This thing has been away from whatever it was, and the fact that it's not rotted or decayed in the slightest is definitely unusual.
I've heard
It's like 2 terrace trees.
I've heard of
based on the level of serration and decay.
I've heard of marinating your meat, but this is ridiculous.
But this is like 20 plus, maybe even 30 years old, and yet still
An antique strip of meat.
not leather.
I see what you mean.
Not leather.
Well then, it's most likely some sort of magical beast. Hopefully further analysis can tell us the exact answer. I could consult the books, but it is unlikely that I will find anything unless it is narrowed down.
Correct me if I'm wrong, isn't there some form of enchantment that could have preserved this as well?
Could be.
I did not sense any magic on it.
I don't know.
Detect magic.
Did you use
detect
magic?
magic.
You don't see any spell or anything, although there is a faint sort of lingering magical aura on this.
What kind of aura?
Knowledge arcane.
Nat 20.
Wow.
Right. This is
the only things I can roll.
So this is the kind of aura which it's just the really general stuff that you would see around any sort of magical creature, like any powerfully.
So it is a magic creature.
Yeah. That's
Alright.
what this would indicate.
So I'm going to sit there and I'm going to be like, this is definitely a magical. Can I do another arcane then, now that I've narrowed it to a magical creature with my library to search through like my bestiary of magical creatures?
Okay, you can do that.
Okay.
So you don't even need to roll because you're taking a 20.
That's true, I am.
Alright, so you
While
are...
you're doing your files.
So you are able to... So you can sort of determine what the general family. It's in the Drake family. This could have been Wyvern, could have been Dragon, could have been Hydra, could have been a number. It was a large bestial reptilian.
Okay.
Interesting.
I doubt it's a true dragon. Right? I imagine since it's in the category of wyverns and drakes.
Well, that would
Hydra.
cover true dragons.
And worms.
They would be in there. So it's from some...
How elastic is the piece of... Is it flesh or muscle?
This would have been muscle.
Okay, so how elastic is the muscle?
Not that elastic.
Not anymore.
Not anymore.
It's chewy.
Now, would you... On the files, would you rather I roll a knowledge local or take a 20?
You can take a 20 on it. It'll give you the equivalent of a 22.
Okay. I have chances of rolling better than that, but I'll do it.
Alright, so what are you checking for?
Any matches on somebody going by the alias of Shale.
Okay, so in your examinations, you do find that a number of petty criminals who work in the bazaar do claim that they work for a guy named Shale.
But no match on a person calling themselves by that.
Yeah, but he's a crime boss. Let's kill him.
So no one specifically.
We're not supposed to kill him, aren't we?
Not really.
But if he resists arrest, we're okay to kill him?
Correct.
Alright.
Deadly force is allowed.
Oh, fun!
Alright.
Crumpets!
Because if so, I probably would have taken a trait that would help me in fighting non-lethally.
Oh no, I just shoot lightning at people.
Alright, so all of a sudden, with great suddenness, you hear a knock at the door.
Which door?
Which door?
The guard tower door.
Wow, is there a bell for that too?
I'll answer it.
Alright, so you answer it.
Because
You
I'm
see-
on top of the top floors.
So you see 3 guardsmen are standing there. There's one in front there, 2 of them, and they have Hans with them.
Hello, Hans.
I walk up.
Now does my bell ring for like prisoner?
Yeah, the prisoner bell rings.
We have much to discuss.
Activating.
All right, so
This
you can
aura.
take Hans down to your.
Don't worry, I have interrogation.
I don't know how I feel about that.
So you're.
What?
Thank,
It's torture.
thank you, Godsman.
Like I said, I don't know how I feel.
They salute.
He's a bad guy. If you won't tell us, we'll torture him.
Detect.
So I assume you're taking him to your dungeon.
Yeah.
You totally.
Detect-
And if
evil.
my dungeon bell is ringing, I'll go down there.
So
Yeah,
activating detect evil and aura of good.
All right. So you do not. Hans does not appear to be very good or very evil.
Okay, so he doesn't show up on either
No.
search.
All right. When we sit down, we sit him down in the interrogation room, and when they're sitting there, I'm gonna.
Is there problem, officers?
I'm gonna sit in the corner. Yes, you have drake meat in your honey jars. Did you know that?
You lied to me, Hans. Very unwise.
And I'm going to. I'm going to
Jeez,
say.
I sound like a mafia.
Yeah. I'm gonna sit down, and I want one of you guys. I told you this before we went in there to ask me what I'm doing. As I take out my book.
What are you doing?
Oh, I need to prepare interrogation. You know, the spell that, causes horrible pain if they don't answer questions.
Yes, I know.
I'll roll my...
I don't think there'll be any need for that.
as I'm like, I'm just like.
No one ever lets me use it.
Well, first of all, he's already gone Grimnia's bad side, so I'm pretty sure he's plenty scared.
Yeah, are you closer to being grim?
He's slightly nearer to.
No,
yeah.
seriously, that line is just like, you lied to me, Hans, very unwise. That's straight out of a mafia.
But takes out the.
Which is funny, because...
It's like the scalpel and tweezers. We don't get to remove his flesh and then sew it back on.
No, we don't. I tried.
Puts the scalpel back in the box.
Anyway,
We are too good at our job.
So, question. What meat is it exactly?
I don't know what was. It was the jars, right?
Yes.
I don't know what was in those.
Where are you getting the jars?
There are some traders out in some of the more far-flung settlements. I pick up a shipment, I get paid well to drop it off and not ask a lot of questions.
Curiosity is what separates us from the beasts. You should really ask more questions.
How many jars did you bring?
12.
12.
So 11. I hold up the jars.
And how many did you bring the last time you went through?
Well, it's not always jars.
Are these salesmen?
I wouldn't know. All I know is I just pick up the shipments. Sometimes it's jars, sometimes it's boxes, sometimes, hell, it was freaking dolls one time.
Oh, that's creepy as shit. Where do you drop it off?
I drop it off at a warehouse in the market district.
Alright, I pull out a map. Show us on the map.
Okay, he marks the map.
New quest objective added.
I wonder if they found
To
out
the
that we
west.
caught them to see whether or not we could use them as a bait.
Oh no, I'd say it's too late for that.
Okay.
We're not exactly subtle when we catch people in this country. You delivered it already?
I did.
Yes.
Should we leave him down here?
Did
for
they
3
notice
days?
that there was one jar missing?
Honestly, these guys don't strike me as particularly bright. They just kind of shuffle up, take the goods. One shows up with the money, and they sort of shuffle off.
Okay. And is it the same person who gives it to you every time, or is it left at a dead drop, or what?
Typically, I just leave the goods, they pay me, and I go.
No, I mean the ones when you pick it up.
I've never seen their faces. Oh, you mean when I pick up the goods initially?
Yes.
It's a different person each time.
Okay. Do you see their faces?
Usually.
Do you have their names?
No, they all typically have a pseudonym.
What kind of? Tell me a couple.
It's always Scion someone, son of something. It's a weird
Wilderman?
religion. Wilderman, a lot of them are the typically they're the Arcadian type, you know, that sort of skin tone, that sort of guys from that region.
So guys from the south.
Yes.
Interesting. We might have to put out a message to the guards of the city, to Arcadia, to see what they have on this. Okay. You guys got any questions? Execution.
Well, that will answer. Serve any purpose.
So when are you supposed to go back next?
I'm supposed to meet with one of them on my next route through, he gives you one of the local regions.
And when will you be back with that?
A week's time.
I don't know if it's worth waiting.
You know what it's in. You know what it looks like. Let's find a scryer.
That's true, we could. I believe the lieutenant or the captain might know some. I mean, I know everyone who's into magic in this place, but they're all, pricks, so I don't really want to go to them.
And other than shaking down some of Shale's men, which I'm pretty sure will be a dead end, I do not know of any other leads.
I don't know. I'm okay with going over there and shooting lightning bolts into a warehouse. I'm saying they might not be there still, but if they are still, then we don't have to bother waiting. Do they stay after you're done?
Honestly, I don't hang around that place. So they might still be there, they might not. I go about my business as quickly as I can. Those guys give me the creeps.
Yes, well, you shouldn't be doing business with them now, should you?
Yes, you had
The pay is pretty good.
How much?
They typically pay triple what I would usually get for a delivery.
And
How
that
much?
would be?
Yeah.
So he gives you a gold cost.
Oh, okay. And I hand him his fine.
He just goes, a gold cost.
I hand him his fine for that amount.
carte blanche.
Can I go, officers?
If we catch you with it again, you will be sent to prison.
Understood, officers.
And then maybe I'll get to use interrogation. I will one of these days.
And Hans, I will be watching.
Yeah. You're
Gotcha.
Fool me once.
Alright, so Hans
Told you thievery is the solution to the problem. Just steal their
Hans
shit.
skittishly leaves the tower. Like, you're getting out of here.
I think we need to raid the warehouse.
All right, and I send in the main copy so that way they know that he owes. It's like, oh, so you made how much money?
So he's not allowed to leave the gate without paying.
Yeah. So you made how much money from illegal
Can we have
transactions?
somebody trail him just to make sure?
Yeah, you could put someone on that.
Yeah,
You made
do
nothing
that.
for it. Congratulations.
Could I be able to requisition, say, a blueprint of the warehouse that supposedly Shale trades in?
I doubt we have that.
It never hurts to ask.
Yeah, do we have like that?
You wouldn't have one on copy. You'd have to go by City Hall.
I think it's better off. We have it marked on a map. I think it's better just rushing over there and trying to catch them while they're still there.
Alright.
Just the three of us, or some guards?
We might want to put some guards around the area to make sure they don't escape. But I don't think we should take any guards with us. I mean, we're the SWAT team in this place.
Well, yeah, that's
I
why I
shoot
meant.
lasers.
Well, that's why I meant.
Cordon the area.
Yeah.
No, I think that we have to move on it now. I think if we wait, we're just... If there's nobody there, well, we should try to be inconspicuous. If there's nobody there, then we come back next week when Hans is back. But if there's somebody there, let's bust it and crack some skulls.
All right, so
Wait, where can I have noted down where Hans is staying and when he intends to leave?
yeah,
Okay.
you would have all that information.
Because if there's nobody there, we want to send a message that Hans is to pick up the next shipment, and one of us, or we'll go with him or something.
So yeah, we ask for some guards to cordon off the area, and then we'll go into the warehouse.
All right, so your guards set up a perimeter around the area quietly, I assume, is what
Yes,
you told
we're
them to do?
trying to do this inconspicuous at first. And then guns blazing, laser beams blazing.
Yeah,
Lightning bolts
inconspicuous.
blazing.
A dwarf and banded male and a half orc.
And a wizard with no pants! Oh, I have
Also
pants, I'm
banded
sorry.
male. Because some of us could afford full plate.
Well, hey, we're banded together.
Ah,
What would you
We're part of
use
a
again?
band.
Falcon.
Okay.
Alrighty.
Laser beams!
So I almost went with a halberd because it's for some reason it's not a reach weapon in this game.
Which I thought was a little silly.
Alright, so you arrive at the warehouse.
So there's a door right here.
There's a door right there.
There's no other door that we know of.
You could go around back and look.
I would like to go around back and look.
Alright.
And I will examine the
I
examine
saunter
the front,
over.
front door for traps.
Alright. I'm gonna, do the circle. Or is there any windows?
There are windows, but they seem to be covered from the inside.
Alright, I'm gonna walk back over here. I'm gonna be 2 doors in the back. 2 of us go in the... I'd say the dwarf and I go in the back. You bust down... Well,
I'm
try to open the door first.
I'm check. First of all, I'll check
I'll
the.
open it.
No, with the handle. Because if there isn't anyone in there, we don't want to leave signs of us rushing in. However, if there is someone in there and we beat them up, we can then close the door and then you can bust it open if you want.
Okay, so.
I like the left. I'm left-handed.
Well, first I'm checking the front door for trap, just in case. 8 plus disable. Perception. Okay. So.
How big is the
17,
building?
18.
Oh, you're like, fuck doors, just going through the
18.
wall.
18?
Yeah.
You notice that there is a thin tripwire in front of the door.
I will disable the wire.
Darn, if I had taken a different curse, I could have just...
Okay, I might have
Which
one
one?
less.
There's a curse that lets you disable traps.
Really? That's silly.
What lets you... Any weapon you wield is the broken condition.
Oh, okay.
So-
So it's all... Well, there's a first level spell that just gets
10.
rid of the fragile condition on all
Alright.
weapons.
You hear a thunk from inside, and you see the blade of an axe sort of break through the wood of the door right in front of you.
Good thing I'm out back. Do I hear that?
You do.
Are we sure?
Roll perception.
No.
No, you didn't
That's
hear that.
fun.
Well, so much for the element of surprise.
Run around to the back. This door
Now you can
is-
bust it open.
Yeah, this door is mine.
And I actually do the full action of running over to this one.
How far is the
Okay.
back from the front?
Because I have
Is
a
it
20
less than
movement
100?
speed, and that's the only way I'm going to make it in one round.
It's 11 times 55.
Okay, cool. In that case, you have how much health?
I have 24.
And you have how much health?
50.
Right. I
cast shield.
I say a small prayer, and then
So I currently have +4.
I just want to say,
lifelink. I activate.
What's that?
It,
You can take damage for me?
yeah.
Okay.
After you've taken 5 points of damage, you heal 5 points, and I take 5 points.
Okay.
oh, cool.
Is
Alright,
that
so-
just 5 points? Or is it
Every
go-
round.
Every round, okay.
Alright, so Ken, you would be able to see in the room there are appear to be some sort of humanoids. They are wearing hide armor. They basically have executioner style hoods over their
Oh, that's
faces.
spooky.
And they have some sort of armbands on, covered in sigils.
I want that!
And they have taken up positions here, and you see
Alright.
You see a man, and basically he's wearing sort of a long cloak, and he's got the hood up.
I'm just gonna have Mage Hand open the door.
And it makes sense too. Whenever I go into fights, I'm hood up.
I'm just gonna have it turn the knob, like push a little bit, have the door kind of open up slowly.
Yeah, and I'm all out of subtlety for this.
Well, no, it's just I don't want to. There might be a trap there. I don't want to touch that.